Alrighty. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Live. Oops. I need that to be on to be able to listen to that. There we go. Alrighty, so we back. Today we're gonna be working on more stuff. I patched some more freaking things yesterday. Okay. So today I was gonna keep working. I'm trying to remember what else. Oh shit. Alright. New day, start of day, 4 p.m. The first task actually is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be working off of the to-do list, to be honest. There's just a couple of notes that I found here that I want to like address. They're quick pushes, pretty much quick fixes, quick pushes, or potential quick ticket creations. The first one is pretty easy. I think the 80% message for capacity, the capacity warning, instead of I think the top one that basically is I forget what it says. I just can't read my handwriting. Not move. I think that's the first one. It says on the top. I think it should just be ignore essentially, because there's three options, and the top button is basically an ignore, but it doesn't actually reflect that. And then the other thing is the current thing that it shows is like it's like cap test 1781447. That was what it came up during the testing, but it should say the actual drive name instead, because then you know what it is. What drive it is. Instead of a random file that triggered it, which is what I believe is the current variable that it's filling, that's populating that emit. We're just looking to address this. We're not looking to make a ticket for it. Honestly, this is something that could just be addressed. It does not need a whole new ticket. We're at high effort. All right, cool. Alrighty. We're addressing this, and then next thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark this off as being addressed right now at least. No, there definitely is 3 buttons. No, there definitely is 3 buttons. I'm talking about, yeah, the storage command functions. So basically, it's basically when you select, like, you get the capacity warning and then you hit OK, then it says, do you want to delete trash? And the top button on there says not, it says like not move or something like that, or like, I forget what it was, but I want to change that prompt to basically say ignore on the top button, because that's essentially what it does. That's the functionality. It just basically acknowledges it and goes, yep. Then the cap test 1781447, that's just an example. That just happened to be what I think was the randomly generated file or folder name that was triggering it, but it was not reflecting the actual drive name, which it should. And another one I can actually go like this. All right, so essentially, we have a ticket currently. It's still the same session of the day. It's just I want to run these 2 in parallel, so it's 2 tasks that are running in parallel here. So you don't have to update the work log. But when so the registered drive list doesn't currently update correctly. I mean, it does, but I believe it's getting fed from a different source of, like, a different set of logic that's fueling the list that shows up in the actual menu. So it's like where you select which drive you want to register on the UI, the actual drives that are showing up there are not pulling from resolved drives, because I was having the problem that there's currently a ticket for, right? And with between the storage command center and what was reflected in the browser UI, just basically making those pull from the same location, I believe they are pulling, I believe this list has a similar situation where it's not pulling the same. It's all supposed to be pulling from the resolved roots. That's the source of truth for everything in the system. We want the singular variable that's defining all of that, so there's no inconsistencies. So then basically if I change anything upstream, it changes everything downstream. That's what we want. Oh, it says not now? Ah, it says not now, then that's fine. Actually, never mind. Wait a minute, let me see here. I'm gonna run the application. I'm gonna run the tests. We're eventually going to reach the Alright, so we should receive an error message soon. I might have to trigger it, hit OK when it pops up. There it is. Hit the OK button. Where is it? There we go. Let's see. Hit OK. Can I pause it? God damn it. It passed it. It didn't let me hit the OK button. What was the other one? Oh yeah. On that part. But yeah, even if it's not registered, it will know. It should only show up with registered drives because that's the only time it actually is used. Yeah, so the name resolution should be drive ID, registered name, right? So it's like it has it registered. Folder, mount base name, drive. Correct. That is correct. Is that not what is currently how it currently unregistered drives? On the other hand, it doesn't give a capacity warning for unregistered drives. It's not supposed to. It's only for the. Although it is. No, it is. It is. So it's basically unregistered drives that's failing here. That's basically what's coming up with a real random folder name. So yeah, we need to update that so it shows the actual drive that is triggering it, but it should be pulled from a consistent variable. It doesn't need to actually walk all of it again. Basically, what drive is it coming from? It should be pulling the variable from the variable that's feeding the same variable that's feeding the capacity function. So it should just be like basically handing it over and basically placing it into the emit. And what it feels like what's happening right now is it's reducing it, which is a waste. It's sloppy code. We want consistent variables across the entire code base. That actually feeds back to this. Instead of doing the implementation right now, well, after you're done with the implementation, can you just add it to the ticket? We'll address it when we get to it because there's other things I gotta fix up before we actually move forward with that. Let's come up with an implementation strategy for that. And it honestly ties back to ticket 525. The reduced drives 525. So we'll plan it. We'll add it to that. Wait, you just converted it from ignore to not now? What I said was the opposite. I want it to be from not now to ignore. So it was already not now? What? Then why were you telling me that it wasn't? Alright, I'll be right back. I have to go bathroom. All right, let's get it. Which signal variable should the capacity warning... All right. Drive ID. LSBLK. List drives resolves. This kind of also feeds back to ticket 525. To ticket 525, to be honest. Back to the ticket 525, to be honest, because technically it should be pulling from resolved routes. Like, all these variables should be pulling from resolved routes. That's the source of truth for the entire system in relation to what drives are on there and like which drive is feeding the error message. And this also feeds back to the capacity and also the storage system, control center, command center, all of that shit. It feeds back to the same ticket. That actually got back to it. It basically came to the same conclusion that I was about to correct for it. I was literally about to send this message, but I didn't send it because, like what I just said here beforehand, but because I had to go to the bathroom. But basically what happens is this. We need to do 527. You're right. It is the prerequisite. So that's why I was going to say that what I just had here before, like instead of doing the implementation, just add it to the ticket. So basically do the plan and add it to the ticket. So then that way we can address it when we get to it. I have another session open right now that is actually addressing another side of it on top of that. So we're just adding a bunch of things that we need to address to that particular ticket. So if you can also add any context, any things that you found here that you think would be useful to help the next handover to, like, basically once we do address this, that would be great. And then let me see, that was question 1. For non-admin user should register picker So for the non-admin user, the resolved root is a folder inside a shared drive, and that folder has its own trash. Now, here's the thing. I don't want a non-admin user deleting data because it's not their place to make that kind of a massive decision. So what if we made it so they could delete, because they're gonna, the trash for the admin user has a completely other approach. It's a front end approach, but it's still going to be touching the same exact trash as the drive. It's still that, but it's just going to be placed in terms of the UI itself within the folder that they have access to. Then it's only going to populate with files that came from their folder. So if they want to empty trash, they can empty trash, but only if it came from their resolved roots. You know what I'm saying? Because you can actually do the, place it back where it came from, and we can utilize that function to basically be able to handle that. So let's add that to the trash ticket, because there is a trash ticket regarding this for non-admin users. I believe this exists. Please double check. Alright, so this kind of feeds back to 525, to be honest. Technically, it should be pulling from resolved roots. There is another session that is currently feeding that's also going to be working with that, it's adding another thing. So I'm going to finish typing this out with the other session, so then that way we can address it with the same session. This one with this session. So please stand by, put together the plan, and then stand by, please. Don't edit anything yet. What's my... I have 50% and it resets tomorrow at fucking 10 p.m. Alright, I'm gonna push this shit. Alright, trash home. Where should the non-admin trash scoping decision... New dedicated ticket. Let's make this a new dedicated ticket, but and also run the workflow for placement for new ticket. Nice. It's in the ticket work zone. Beautiful. Active. Oh wait. Actually, is the project currently parked? The project that this would belong to for multi-user, I believe it's potentially parked actually. Actually, yeah, put it in Well, here's the thing. Multi-user needs to exist before we set up non-admin trash scoping. Because otherwise, the system that is upstream from there doesn't exist yet. That's important. And then we're gonna address the other one. So then we did the reg list situation. That's, oh fuck, I haven't been recording. God damn it. I hate when I do that. I've been working for a little bit and I forgot to record. But anyway, we're done with this thing now too. So now we're basically addressing these. Their tickets are being made. I made some other decisions regarding them. But other than that, that's being addressed. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna stop recording now because that's all I can really do as of right now, because both of these are basically gonna touch the same thing, and then after that we're gonna work on that ticket. Linear workflows suck. Let's see what else we could do. Let's see what else is on the to-do list today. So we're gonna address 527 first. We're gonna address 525. Then we're gonna address, so 527 is basically the cleanup. Oh, I guess we could do 527 right now, actually. 525 is the centralization of all the drives. Yes, that's another thing we could do. That's after that. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, we could do these 3 tickets like no problem today. All right, let's make a new one here. You know how this is working. Alright, still the same session of the day. Do not touch it yet. Don't touch the workflow stuff. We're just going to address ticket 527. We need to basically clean up the drives before we do anything with them. So, essentially, I don't want just a filter. That's the thing. I want to verify that the files, the drives themselves that are currently on the actual dock are not zombie docks. I mean zombie drives. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not, I don't want to just filter out what is currently there and then leave stuff there that's, I want this to also be a cleanup, basically. So everything downstream is what is currently in media and doesn't need any more filtering. So what we don't want to do is a filter. What we want to do is an actual cleanup of the available drives. So this should be a function that could be applied to pretty much anything either that triggers, I mean, this would be part of resolved drives, resolved routes, but also it could be a function that is used in general whenever anything is being like either plugged in, unplugged, anything like that. Maybe even, to be honest, in the auto mount script, potentially. But I could see how that could potentially create some sort of race condition where it basically, like, in, like, let's say like the millisecond that something is being mounted, it has a location to mount. It's like that technically counts it as not being mounted with something actually mounted on it, that it's just like a zombie drive, and then after that it tries to mount to something that was just removed. So that could be a potential kind of situation there. But in general, let's start with the function. Where can it live? That is the question. Where can this live? Let's see. This is a subsystem. Maybe auto mount. Hours drive prep. Maybe this one? Maybe here, but maybe we also move resolved routes to the same .py file. But maybe also like the auto mount stuff, like because the auto mount service has like a cleanup step too already. At least I believe we added something like that already. I believe there's a cleanup step in auto mount for something, and I just can't remember what it was. It was an issue that we came across over the last like 3 days or so. Please add the context of this conversation window for every intent, every decision that was made, everything that was done to the to a context file for the git push. Please and thank you. Do not actually do a git push, just add it to a context file. Green light. Oh shit, you can't see shit in terms of what I'm doing. Wow. Dumb. Sorry, y'all. plus every mount event. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. And it's automated then on every mount event. I think the first one, hours drive prep on boot and every mount, I think that's the best one. Because then that way it triggers automatically on mount and unmounts. So it's like literally anytime, it's like when you boots, it cleans. If you plug something in, it double checks it. It's like the fallback basically. And it's all automated. So if anything does happen like that ever again, where there's a zombie drive, then in the instance of you literally like plugging in a new drive, it does that. But now, is there another fallback that we can do or should do? Right, I see you. Where does resolved root currently live? Does it live within the database? Like the watchdog database file? I think that's potentially where it is. Like watchdog database.py. I believe it might be there. So if it's there, then just keep it there, yeah. And then let's put the hours drive prep Python file. Let's put that function in there, the new function in there. And then have it call every on boot and then on every mount, exactly like the other ones operate, because they all operate on the same underneath the same pipeline pretty much. So I mean, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid, consistent architecture across the file and where it goes. I like it. Let's do a plan mode for that, and then here we go. All right, so we can clear this. Wait. Alright, it updated the ticket. Alright, cool. It shouldn't have been... Wait, I said... I didn't say to green light the edits. I meant to green light the update of the ticket. I didn't want to address it right now because there's architecture that needs to be addressed before that this is founded on. Like, oh my god, dude. All right. Is it done already then? Because I didn't want, what I wanted was green light the ticket amend, which is what the prompt initially was. It wasn't to actually, I explicitly said to update the ticket, not do it. Like, that's the whole point. I said, you know, we're updating the ticket. There's another file that is currently touching that ticket, and I don't want two editing the same ticket. Alright, let me look at the actual fucking changes. Let's see if it actually... No. You see, what you did here was actually even wrong. It's creating its own, it's stating its own mount point. It's basically redoing the logic. We're not looking to do that. what we're looking to do is to pull from resolved roots. So you need to listen to me, undo what you just did, and update the ticket with the recommended changes, so then it has the entire, when I do address it, I have the entire context of all of the architecture that I'm trying to change, so it can all be founded on the same shit. God damn it. Oh my god, dude. This is literally made for vibe coders. It's like this, it's just vibe coding slop. It is not good architecture. This is good for making functions and like placing things randomly, and it'll make it fucking work. But the architecture is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be literally trash. If you want to change one thing, you have to change it in 30 different places because it will remake the function again. God damn it. No. Having it be ignore. Continue. And basically, do not add the not now situation. That's fine as it is. Having it be not now is fine. I didn't realize it was not now. I thought it was something else. I don't know why I thought that. So not now is actually fine, which is what I had said in my previous other statement as well anyway, and you hadn't even changed that. That was the one thing I actually wanted changed back beforehand, and you hadn't done it. Now please continue, and please also do this. God fucking damn it. Oh my god, dude. That's fine there. No, having it live there is fine actually. That's actually a way better location than what I thought. It was at one point in the Watchdog database, but I forgot I remember we moved it, but I couldn't remember where either. Yeah, that exec start pre, it happens automatically on any Udisky auto mount event, right? But I wanted to basically now update the corresponding context window for the git push. Do not do a git push, just update the context file that currently exists. Do not delete things unless they correspond with the current context window, and fill it with all the intent and all the decisions that were made within this context window of conversation. Please and thank you. Alright, let's see what we got here. My read, boot mount, drive sweep, the existing UDisky sweep drive, empty sweep is already 2 solid layers. I like this. And yes, draft the cleanup function for hours prep.py. And basically, not just doc03, it's literally any stray drive. Not hard-coded to a specific, it has to be modular. It has to be reactive to whatever could potentially exist that is a zombie drive, basically. Any zombie drive, not just doc03. That's fucking scary that you put that there like that. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. How should the cleanup handle non-zombie? Let me read what this says. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright, thank you. That's perfect. No. Hang on a second. So the root is not going to be founded on the... Fuck. Alright, so here's the thing. It has to be founded on user ID 1000 because resolved roots basically gets its variable from this logic here. This is upstream from resolved roots. Resolved roots is founded on group filtering. So if it just checks the user that is currently logged in, like that is currently accessing it, it's going to check the wrong location for non-admin users because they're not going to be tied to... You get what I'm saying? So the zombie could exist in media/user, but everything is working off of user ID 1000 user. Does that make sense? It's as if that was root. But I'm using a group to define it. Everything works off of the admin user. There might be a better approach to this. And I have a feeling it has to do with basically assigning it to root. Would it actually make more sense to... Okay, this is another general question though. This is... I have a question regarding this actually, but let's first address this part. Secondary question. Would it make more sense to make the UDisky auto mount to /media/root instead of a user, and then having the group resolve to group have read-write access to that particular If not, if my current method is what is the best way to do it, then let's do the previous thing. But the first thing that I started this entire thing with. But if my secondary question here is correct, then we might want to readdress this. But regardless, I think this split is correct. Wait, that's a decision? Shit. Shit. I just realized something. I'm putting everything into resolved root. Fuck. I just realized a huge fucking gap. I'm putting everything in resolved root, but then for non-admin users, resolved root is not an actual drive. This would break this logic. Focus on this. Focus on this. We're just going to use resolved root for this. What I can do is make a further filter downstream from this. That's not the worst thing in the world. It's a bit of a monkey patch, but technically there needs to be two lists. Final fork. What does the cleanup do with a non-empty zombie drive? Alright, so I would like it to be auto, to be completely honest, as long as it wasn't actually removing a drive that was actually a real drive. If it has stray files, it probably isn't real, because all the files actually exist on the actual drive. Nothing should ever be stored on the disk, like on the local disk. In the sense of if it's a empty drive, like a zombie drive, right? Then it would basically be something that's not real. So it's like removing it doesn't delete the files. So there's no real risk there in terms of destructive nature of it. But then again, it would potentially remove a drive that you're gonna want to work off of. That's the only real risk there. But if it can verify that if there's a way for me to be able to verify that it is truly a zombie drive, then fucking auto remove it without a doubt. Because nothing should be saved on the actual disk itself. Those files, if it was a zombie drive and it had files in there, they would technically be on the disk. Like on the local drive, like on the local system, not on a external storage device. So is there a way that we could can utilize that logic to basically determine if a drive actually is a zombie drive, and then basically just that way we can depend on auto remove? Completely separate concern. I just realized that non-admin users, because we're going to be adding those eventually, but resolved roots has to now be hard-coded into the group. Basically, like in the actual code itself, because now this is load-bearing for the entire system and can't be used as a filter for what files are going to be showing up within the UI. There has to be a further filtration, because resolved roots now is actual, like the quote, root storage of the entire system. So we need to make a ticket regarding this, actually, for multi-user, and also now for admin user even too. Well, admin user can default to resolved root. Now what we got to do is basically build a further downstream filter for non-admin users, and then resolved root can stay as it is, and then basically make it so admin user, if the group then basically like resolved root can no longer be a result of the API request to start the application. Basically, as what I'm saying is like it has to by default be that group, but like the admin group, right? Like the it's user s dash doc group, right? But it has to be hard coded, because otherwise if a user that doesn't have access to that group logs in, it would break the entire system. Because it'd be pulling from the group resolution logic, which is either going to be the admin group, which is what it currently is, and it's correct because I am the admin. But if it's a non-admin, it breaks the entirety of this, like all of the drive resolution logic that we're going to be working on in 525. It would literally break all of it. So we have to put in a ticket for before 525 to address this. And then add it to the to-do list before 525. But after 527. And then I think you already have, do you have, is my response for 527 adequate enough right now? Did it answer your question is my question. Yeah, all of that. Fuck. You see? AI didn't tell me that shit. That was my fucking logic. That's the beauty of logic. We can start bringing up the... There we go. Minimize this. Alright. And then this is gonna be fucking... Yeah. Alright. I'll be back. Bathroom time. Fuck. This is my baby Leia, and I love her so very much. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, so one last thing is now I think we can justify moving resolve root to the same file as where we're currently going to be pulling this fix, to be honest. So let's add that to the ticket for 535, the new one that we're going to make, companion ticket to file, and then place it, like I said, before 525. Everything else is correct. Run it, run everything. Alright, me baby. Alright, me baby. Let's go. Come on, girlie. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, there you go. There you go. Love you. Time to close this. Alright, we back. Alrighty. That's actually like a really big update, to be honest, to the resolved roots. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Let's actually do that with those siblings as well. Let's add them all to the same project and project cluster. They're active currently. So yeah, good call on that deviation. So let's update them. These were made before I'd made this workflow, so let's make it follow these. Please and thank you. And then I need to make a test for these. All right, add everything from this conversation, all the intents, all like everything, every decision that was made, everything that was created, all was created. Everything that you possibly can, do the context window for the git push. Please do not delete anything on the current one. Just amend or add new stuff, append new things. Amend or append. That's pretty much it. If there's something that's contradicting what we currently have, let's update that. But other than that, we're mostly just adding to the context. I'm about to do a git push right after. What was this one? All right, cool. That's done. That's there. That can get done too. All right. All right, I'm making a quick reel real quickly. Sorry about that, y'all. Wait, why is this not? Oh, whoops. My bad. What's a good fucking goofy tech song? Nerdy tech music scene, but like what's a good nerdy tech music scene from a movie? What is like a classic planning mode movie music like tech kind of song? No, but more like sarcastic, like not actually someone that should be taken seriously kind of a situation. Oh, the planning heist movie. Yeah, that fucking what's your Ocean's 11. That's perfect. Wait, what? Maybe like Ocean's 11, like something like that. Something that hits like that. Rodney Yates. I'm gonna look that up. Let's see if we can put that in there. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god. I made a sarcastic reel.
I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device. Serves as an interface that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistake. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as an interface for a hardware device, and then handle all the pipelines between the hardware and the server. Add AI. Make no mistakes. Green light. Ultra code. Plan mode. Execute. I am a genius. Opus, make me an app. I'm typing way too much. Opus, make me an application that is self-healing, serves as
Not end of day yet. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Two standing flags unchanged by the push. Did you ingest the entire context window of the entire .md file? Or just this context window? Because I don't see where it said deleted the context window, deleted the file. I explicitly said full re-ingest of the file. A full ingest of the file. That's what I was... That's what I said. That's why we added it to the context window. And then ingest what we have in the entire file. That's the whole point. So now we need to fucking sift through this shit. God damn, dude. Alright, just do it, please. Okay, please, please, please fucking run through the entire git push workflow, which includes the fucking file. That's what I said. God damn it, dude. Oh my god. I can't stand that shit. I cannot stand that shit when it does that. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna import, like, look, read my entire fucking prompt. Oh my god, dude, that's so frustrating. All right. It said it ingested it, right? Git push it all now, please. Follow the full workflow, not end of day yet. God damn it, dude. You didn't, it didn't git push all of it. Why is it so fucked? Now I don't even know if I can trust what it pushed. Because it didn't push everything. Read the fucking workflow. God damn it, dude. And it fell within this context window. It didn't get pushed. And this fell within this context window. Oh wait, it did. My bad. My bad, it did get pushed. My bad, my bad, my bad. That was on me. I totally forgot to do that. I kind of want to practice music instead. I want to finish this, but I also want to practice music. I'm just gonna. All right, so the next thing we need to do, this is session 2 for the day. This is gonna be the last one, I think. But we need to make a test to basically test that this is working. So what the parameters for the test are gonna be basically make a zombie drive and then execute the function. Although maybe we added to the test drives the test the test that we currently have. Let's go to tests, testing scripts, services. Basically, what we would need this test to do is, as part of the harness for this suite of tests here, we would need it to create a, I guess it would be part of the configuration. I guess it would be the configuration.py that would handle this part. But basically, it would need to create a zombie drive, and then on the unmount, after we unmount the drive and we remount, on that remount, a new parameter for the remount actually passing would be the zombie drive getting removed, because it's already automated within the actual auto, like within the mounting of a new drive. It's already part of that system, so that's pretty much what we'd be testing there. That would just be the parameter that would basically make it pass afterwards. Now it's updated so it doesn't pass unless it does that. You get what I'm saying? That's actually a pretty easy one to add.
Jalen Brunson, Jalen. The UFC is a perfect example of the UFC. The UFC is a the U, the UFC is a perfect example of how far. I don't further. Further. No, I don't. The UFC is Jalen Brunson.
Actually, I could start practicing this song here. So, is there something weird happening today or something like that with the model? Because with your model, like honestly, because I explicitly determined, I already told you the read the context of my prompt. You have the answer in that there. Read it back to me. Can you find it? If you can't find it, that's concerning because this is a brand new context window. Now, my question is, does this make sense? I feel like it's in line with that particular system because I don't think the remount should actually count as being as passing until until it's able to also do the last bit what we just added, which is the zombie sweep. Right. Right, but then there's the test where I have to literally manually plug the drive back in on two drives. I have to do that twice. So on those drives, so that's what I'm talking about because it's part of the auto mounting system. So I plug it in, but it's not mounted until it auto mounts. And as part of the auto mounting system is the zombie sweep. Am I mistaken on this? Yes, please. I'd greatly appreciate that. Exactly. And now here's my other question. Before we actually do this, well, as we do this, this is good to go. But as we do this, the zombie sweep, it should be outputting debug messages as it happens. Correct? I want to make sure that it's doing that, because then I could open the application as the test is running, and we could also see the debugs in the debug window. All right. let's see. Then yeah, definitely put it into this doc buffer. I think every single function should technically be going to the doc debug window. Like all of them should. But just do this one for now. I literally want to be able to just, that's the whole point of the debug window, is so I don't have to do that every single time I run the test. I can just open the application, the debug window is there, and I can just copy and paste the debugs. That's the whole point of it. The fuck, dude? Like, then after that, get to writing the test, and then after that, make a ticket to double check all, and then make it the next item in the to-do list. You don't have to give it a project or anything. To double check literally every function to make sure that every single function is printing to the debug window. That is super important. I need that resolution of insight. Fix all drift, please. Then deploy to the dock as well. And then All right, I'm practicing the song by the Bee Gees. I have to practice this because this is the first song that we're going to be playing on Saturday, so I have to get good at it. Let me see, everything pushed. Yes, commit push, please. Don't gather context like for the document, but gather context from this conversation context window for the git push. Just do a direct git push with any like the full workflow. But once again, not gathering from the context document, but gathering from the actual conversation itself. We don't have a document this time around. I'll be back. All right, that's it for today. I have to get to practicing this song real bad because I have a lot of practice left on it. So I'm going to go back to practicing this. All right, peace.